I can't take this country serious anymore. We are literally the laughing stock of the fucking world. Any country that's paying attention to what's going on in America is like watching a fucking a scripted reality show where you see this fake ass drama. They got the cliffhanger right. Here's the cliffhanger right before, and it's about to pop off, and here comes the commercial. And then it comes back and it's let down. Well, listen, man. Like, America is just a fucking a shit show. It's a fucking clown show. It's a clown car. It's a clown fucking world. And we have we are in such a good position compared to most other countries, and we look like a complete fucking joke. Um, we spent fucking billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, hunting down terrorists. We, our country, put forth the Patriot Act, that was intended to stop terrorists by, um, developing plans by letting the government and these three letter organizations who are corrupt and don't work for the American people. they they have they took away our rights. They've taken away our rights with the Patriot Act. Now they use that Patriot Act to spy on regular people. Like, I don't have proof of this, okay? I ain't got proof of this. But you can tell they use social media, and it's coming out right now what they do. I mean, if you think that, like, the government doesn't have the capability to read your text, turn your phone on, listen to the audio, whatever, they do. Um, all that, I said all that because we made one of the worst trades ever. Ever. It's like trading, like, you could think of the worst trades in sports history. Whether it was a Herschel Walker trade, I don't know, like, what big flops of trades, but there's been some huge debacle of trades in any sport. Think of the worst one and amplify it by 10 or 100, and then this is what the Biden administration did. Um, I don't give a fuck if she's an American citizen. Fuck her. Um, I think that her sentencing for what she did was way uh, Britney Griner. I think her sentencing did not fit the crime. I think 9 years in a gulag for having some THC oil is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, and because I think that it should just be legal. But guess what? That's Russia. That's a different country. They have different laws than we have here. Okay. And not to mention that we just traded for somebody who was convicted of having that stuff. And it's by the way, as much as I don't like it, marijuana is still federally illegal, and we just traded. We just traded an arms dealer, someone classified as a terrorist that was plot. I don't know. I don't know the extent. Okay, and I forget details. That's why I can't debate, because I'm just like, I'll get destroyed. Um, she 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 committed that crime over there, and we traded her to come back while leaving an American soldier. From what I understand, is he went for a wedding over there. He was a Marine. He went over there for a wedding. They got him. They imprisoned him because they think he's a spy. So we traded. We made for a basketball player, for a women's basketball player. Not even somebody. She might be the best WNBA basketball player, but it doesn't mean shit because who gives a fuck about the WNBA? Even if she was like the best male basketball player, um, why, why the hell are we making this trade? Because because of why? Because of race? Come on, man, it's so stupid. I'm so tired of this race bullshit. I just it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But this is the worst trade ever. We traded a fucking terrorist, convicted terrorist, for somebody who fucking plays basketball. Doesn't. It's a joke. It's a joke. Why are we? It's the same thing. It's the same type of mindset that happened in Washington State. Right before I left, the story broke that do some research on the Green River Killer. Okay. This man was a heinous person. Crazy. He led a normal life, had a family, and he was convicted of killing 48 women and underage. There were prostitutes and runaways who he went after, and he said he probably did double of that. And he obviously went back to after. Well, he said he went back to after when he was done, like days later, and he still like did some activities to the bodies that are disgusting. I say all that because these people in Washington State were one vote away from letting him out. Now, it took 20 years to find this man. It took millions of dollars to find this man. Okay? They were one vote for letting him out. And why were they going to let him out? Because of COVID. Because they thought he was going to get COVID. That's their fucking mentality. These people, it's quite clear that you could commit the most heinous act and they don't care. They don't care. They have no values. They have no fucking morals. And this country is deteriorating. And that's why I think the best thing to do is I think it's best for people who are constitutional minded to flee to red states, and we make our own communities. This is what pisses me off about people either on the right or they say, "Oh, you're on the internet too much," or blah blah blah, Neuralink or whatever. And these people have a lot of money and a lot of influence, but they're not out here starting communities. The TFM, Turd Fleeing Monkey, I tried to send him a message. He never responded, but it was on Instagram. I don't know his email, so I sent it to his sex doll account, and that's probably why he didn't answer it. But I said, why don't you just start a community? Like what are you doing? It's because people still want to live. They care more about their luxury lifestyle, okay, than their actual morals and their values. These people who tell people to they're on the internet too much, blah blah blah. They're not out here starting communities. You know, there's a town called Skidmore, Missouri, right? This town, look it up. I forgot his name. Kidmore, um, something. Anyway, just look up town bullying in Skidmore, Missouri. This guy, they ended up. He bullied the town so much, even the police, the whole town was there to witness him get murdered in broad daylight. And nobody said nothing. The FBI went and investigated. Nobody said nothing. And that happened here in America. That happened in 1980, in the 80s or something like that. And nobody still knows to this day who actually pulled the trigger. They think that multiple people did. But this just shows that you can create your own communities, and there's nothing that these people can do about it. Small communities, we need small communities, and they're not being created. We're not restoring old towns that are ghost towns, um, that maybe had one factory and they shipped it overseas, and now it's a drug infested ghost town, a shell of what it used to be. Um, People got all this money and they ain't doing nothing with it. You're not going to, unless you're somebody like really prominent, like what Elon's doing, exposing these people. But you can expose them all day, have all the evidence laid out, and the average person, they're either going to forget, they're not going to care, and nothing's going to change. The only way people will actually stand up and do something, I always hear, "Oh, what are we going to do about the elections, blah, 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 blah." What are we going to do? Nobody's going to do nothing. It's going to continue to get worse. And, I might vote in 2024 like it fucking matters, but, I mean, that'll probably be the last time I do if I do. Okay, so, unless I see major, major changes, which I don't, it amazes me that the Democrats have been in power for the last 2 years and people have dealt with. I've seen prices double on things I bought a year ago. I'm dealing with, and so is everybody else, with inflation, and it's high inflation, and the whole world is dealing with this, not just Americans, not just me. This huge inflation that our wages don't keep up. Oh, why don't you do nothing? It must be nice to have the extra money, which I do. Honestly, I could go do stuff, but I don't want to take out credit. For me, this is me. This is how it's been for the last 20 years, 25 years for me, man. This is how it's been. I can't do shit. And now it's because I got a family, because I'm supporting kids, but like it I always hear work hard, and if I put in 60, 80 hours of a week, and 40 hours of that is overtime, 80 hours. The government gets so much of that. And so I put on that time, that extra 40 hours, to basically just get paid straight time because it puts me in a different tax bracket. So yeah, I have more money than I did, of course, but I'm not getting the value of what I put in because I'm becoming the government just taking it. And what did the government do? Like, these people are living way. These people are like rich people, or like kings and queens in Congress and the government, and they keep taking from us. Not only do they keep taking from us, they don't do anything to um, help out America by the investing back into the infrastructure. That's what the tax is supposed to do. It's supposed to invest into the community that I'm in. So like, the roads can be taken care of, so we can have some type of order with like police officers, or you know, whatever. Like, it's supposed to be in the community, to maintain things in the community. Invest in the community, but they take our money, or they take future American citizens. They take on their backs, debt on their backs, and then they keep on going to these wars. Nobody's coming over here. Nobody's attacking the mainland. But they keep on going to wars across the sea. Nobody's they're not doing nothing about the cartels. And this war on drugs, they spend billions of dollars every year on the war on drugs. But they're not attacking the root case. They'll go and attack other countries like Iraq and Afghanistan, but they don't do nothing about the countries and liberate countries below us, because as far as I'm concerned, these people work together. The CIA and the FBI, they probably work together with the cartel. Oh, we made this big bust. This person went, just to make headlines, so people think, oh yeah, they are doing good. They keep on giving out welfare. They won't stop with the welfare. They won't penalize companies that have headquarters here in America, and then they ship jobs overseas. And we might have the material here, and then we ship the material over to another country like China to have it constructed, or broke down, constructed, manufactured into whatever product that we're gonna buy, and then they ship it back, and they want to talk about climate change. Like, if you're so concerned about climate change, what's with this? Um, what is it? I forgot the name of it. We shouldn't be relying on other countries to make our stuff for us. We should be making our own stuff. So you don't have a lot of travel time. You don't have a lot of energy that we have to produce to make this go back and forth. As for cheap labor, that's what I say. It's not just an attack with greedy capitalists. It's an attack with socialists as well. It's both of them. Um, there's nothing else to do but just laugh at this shit, man. Like, I can't do nothing else but laugh at it. It's fucking sad. Um, like, I don't even want to try to debate people. I don't even like want to try to change their minds. Just go ahead, man. Believe what you want. I don't mind putting information out like this, in case somebody's intelligent enough to listen to my perspective on things. I mean, I don't come out with all these facts and these statistics, and like, you know, even TFM said it. Like, he can come out with, or I can come out with links, facts, and they'll just debunk it from whatever. Oh, that study only had 2 people, or blah 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 blah, or that study only had 1,000 people. You need to have 10,000 people. Like, they'll just debunk whatever you set on their plate, but then you're supposed to take whatever they say serious. Um, so it's just pretty much like, I don't, there's a lot that's being hidden. One other thing I want to say too. Listen, I've been thinking about this. If you start to see, if you start to see somebody like me, like especially me, if you start to see me really gain traction, like really blow up, if you start to see like my music getting put out there more and more into the mainstream, which I highly doubt, or any of my, like, I get put out there more into the mainstream, like, you start seeing me onto different shows, like I start getting invited onto um bigger personalities. If you start seeing that, like, it could be like an Aaron Clary type of deal, or it could be like the thing I always wanted is the Tim Pool. If you ever see me get on that type of level where I start to really pop off, I think the end will be soon for me. I don't think it'll last long because for me, and I'm not trying to be a like I don't. I'm trying not to like be a victim, man. I go out here, um, I I realize I haven't had the best environment my whole life, and I don't have it like I'm starving, okay, like I'm, you know, or anything like that, like kids are in this world right now. Like you have absolutely nothing, um, or like I'm stuck in some little small cave, like or I'm hiking and I get my arm pinned between a boulder and the wall. Like this one guy, they made a movie. He had to cut his own arm off, like slowly, grueling process. Um, People always have it worse, but you I have been through a lot of struggles in my life, like consistent struggles, especially when I try to better myself. I get this the hardest time right there when life is like, no, you're not supposed to go down this path. So if I ever do pop off, don't expect me to be around much longer. I'm not ever going to do anything to myself to harm myself, okay? Um Ever. So if something does pop off, if I ever do pop off and it looks like, oh, what he did this and now he self-deleted or whatever, I didn't. I'm not like that. Um I've been through like one of the hardest times of my life. I've been through a few times and I've overcome it. Um, but for me, it seems like, and I hate to make the video about me, but you kind of know where I go with my videos if you make it this long in my videos. Um, there is a lot of struggle that I've been through, and it seems like it's like this. I can't go too high, and I can't go. I do go. I can go low. It seems like for instance, this is what I told my mom last night when I went to pick up my kid. I said, "Listen, there's some things going on where I make my money. Um, you know, before I wanted to be somebody like I wanted to move up in companies before in my day, partly because I wanted to have some type of status, some type of accomplishment, instead of just being the grunt worker, which I don't mind doing work. I don't. It's just the thing I want is respect. That's all I really want. I don't care about money or any of that shit. It's cool to have nice things, but it's just respect. Um, there's some things going on where I make money and potentially I might be looked at as a person of a lead, right? And then all this stuff they'll find out about. And I'll either get in trouble, they'll be delete it, blah blah blah, or you're fired and get rid of you. And I just think that's how things work for me. Um, I'm a rebel, dude. I'm a fucking rebel. I rebel as much as I can. Because if I rebel too much, it could hurt other people that rely on me. So what I'm trying to say is like I've been in the mud. I've been I've been like I'm like I've been like bobbing for air. Every day is like bobbing for air. This is me right here. When it seems like everyone else in my environment is like they're way above water and they're just waiting above water, having a good fucking time. Blah, blah. And this is me. Like, here's the water, and I'm just like, every fucking day, dude. Every day. It's not so much where, like, if I don't get my check this week, then I'm gonna go homeless or anything like that. I'm not in that position, but it's like, I'm getting old, man. I can't fucking work. What am I gonna do when I get old? So it's like, I'm not 20 years old anymore, you know? But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, I have to work harder to get air. When other people, it just seems like they don't really have to put any effort in. And it's just like handed. So what I think that the main characters for this creation, whatever this fucking creation is, whether you believe it's a fucking matrix, a simulation, God put us here, a creator, which I think there's some type of creator for all of this. I think that my brain is too small to understand what it is, on a lot of different levels. What was I going with that? Fuck! Because I started thinking about something else. Damn it. Whatever. What was I thinking? I'm talking about simulation. Damn, I had a good point right at the tip. I think like for me, like people can relate, that's awesome. That, yeah, it's just like you work hard, and you're not seeing any type of like upward, like other people, like if other people were in your position, you'd see them like doing really fucking good. You're working your ass off, okay. But for somebody like me, it's like, you know, there's this Jerry Seinfeld episode where he's like, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. Life usually just kind of, that's how it is for me. Um, Not huge bad things happen, not huge good things happen. It's kind of like, it kind of works out where I'm just like this. Um, I don't know, man. I really wish I could figure out the point I was going to, because it was gonna be a good point. Um, I don't want to sit here, like, I don't want to sit here and be like, I'm fucking complaining. This is just reality for me, man. It's just reality. And you can't talk about reality, I guess. It's like everything's got to be positive and like, oh, hunky dory, oh, everything's fucking good. This is why I don't like. You know, it's so weird. It's so weird when people people look at me like I'm weird because I don't want to engage. Like, they seem like they want me to come and engage, right? Especially places I worked. But when I do come to the group and I try to like put an input, right? I get completely cut off, and it's not. It's like so many different situations. It could be a group of friends. It could be, um, it could be family. It could be somewhere I work. Any of these type of social situations, and when I actually get the floor, when I actually get the floor, I almost like I start going and I can't get to any type of point because I feel like I'm gonna get cut off. I'm so used to being cut off and suppressed. Like this is I'm so suppressed in this fucking life, man. It's always been like that. I'm so fuck. You can say I'm a victim. You can say I'm a victim, but these are my experiences, dude. These are my experiences. You know, I've been looking into Sigma male. Like, what is a Sigma male? What do they classify it? I understand like beta and alpha, and I really don't. I don't think I'm the type of person that is just one thing. You can't just put me in one type of category. Like, I've even had like an old a person that used to call me as a friend, and I thought that they were a friend too. They study like psychology, and they knew all this fucking weird shit where these different classifications of personality, and that person had a hard time pinpointing where I would be in those personality things. And that person like watched all my videos and they couldn't figure it out. It's because I'm not one category. Um, I'm all over the place. I don't have an identity. This like for me, I've always had a chameleon type of um, people like are when I'm around in like social settings, people influence me heavily to the point where I'll even change my accent. I'll even change the way I talk around them. And that's why I'm probably an NPC. Um, but I don't really have an identity. Um, I have that's one of the traits I have as an NPC. But I have a critical thinking mind. Um, so I don't think that I'm just a beta or an alpha or um, a sigma male or whatever the fuck else they got out there. I think I'm a mixture of a lot of different things, and it depends on, for me, it depends on the situation I'm in too. I think it depends on like I can I think I have empathic type of energy or whatever the fuck that is, where I can feel people's energy without and I can read people's body language extremely well. And if I'm working with the team, I can just put myself in the best position sometimes to make the thing work right. That's why if you've watched my videos in the past, I'm like, wherever I work, like a new job I start, wherever I work, it ends up working better. It might be a shit show before I show up. Like for instance, when I first moved here to Missouri, there was this shitty ass job I had, and you know the loader quit, and the new loader that was trying to learn that shit, he was horrible. Like they used to make fun of him. He did a horrible job. He messed up all the time, and then I went in there and I picked that shit up like I was like one of the best loaders in like a month. I fucking figured that shit out, and we were fucking kicking ass. Um, it's like I've been there for like 10 years. Um, so it's like whatever situation I go into, I can make it better than the way I found it. Especially like if I have the people above me, directly above me, are really cool. They're really cool bosses. I can really do good. That's why I feel like I think that management has this like chart where it's like dominant, intuitive, supportive. Like there's like these four different things, and you take a test and they figure out where you're at. You could be a combination of things. I think I'm kind of like all of them, in a different type of uh scenario. I could be supportive. I can be the leader. If I know what I'm doing, I'll take the lead really easily. If there's nobody else taking the lead and I know what I'm doing, I'm confident I could take the lead, no problem. Um, some things that kind of like I want to talk like okay, in my experiences, I don't know if this is because of people moving around in so many jobs, but I've worked at places where people worked there for a long time, right? And um and it's like something happens and it's something that you would think that these people have seen before or know how to handle the situation, and they're like no, they don't know what the hell what's going on. um it seems I don't know what kind of example I could use, but I've just seen different places where it's like, how the fuck do you not know how to handle this situation? This seems like pretty a basic obvious thing for you to be able to understand and be able to figure out. It's kind of like, how did this never happen before? How do you not know how to handle this? I've seen different situations where this and like I said, it could be inexperienced, but I'm wondering if this is like, this is why I started thinking like this is a fucking simulation, man. It's so weird that it's happening like this. It's just a weird feeling I get from some people. It's like, you're like, how do you not know, man? You've done this forever. And it's not like something like a big crazy thing. It's like it could be a regular thing that they should have encountered multiple times in their career, that they're just kind of like, I don't know. It's I don't know, man. But I don't know. That's just something that I had a weird. But I'm crazy, I guess. People think I'm weird, so I guess I am weird. Um, you know what the funny thing is too? Like, where I make my money, people think that I'm weird because like I'm super introvert on purpose, like super, especially around women. I would go up to talk to women. Before 2016 at work, I would just go up to them, talk to them. Um, no problem. And they all got along with me pretty well. Most of them did. I talked to a lot of different females at work. I worked at a bigger place. Now, I don't. They have to come up and talk to me, which females, this is why female nature hasn't really changed at all. Um, they don't really come up. It's so funny they don't. Um, I don't know. Maybe I look like a creep. I don't look at them. I don't give them any attention. You know, I can see my peripheral. I can see, but it's like I'm not being weird. I don't talk to them. In some of these, I'm like, I have to go fucking deal with this, because it's like if I don't, it's just being too fucking weird. So I have to go up and be in this situation. Um, yeah. The last thing I want to talk about is, um, I heard some bad advice, and maybe I've talked about this in the past video, but there's guys out here that are saying if you ignore women in person, they'll get attracted to you. They'll be like, who is this guy? Honestly, they're not gonna give a fuck. Okay, the only way that just completely ignoring women in reality, the only way that does anything to the woman is if they're like attracted to you, if you're a high value man. If you're a fucking pissant, a fucking like somebody like me that's a 2 on the 1 to 10 scale, they ain't gonna give a fuck about you. They'll probably be happy that you're not fucking talking to them or bothering them. Um they're happy that you're ignoring them. So it's like, just that's because of these PUA pickup guys on the internet, like, oh, just so fucking ignore them. I remember Elliot Holt said this, and I do ignore a lot of women, because, God, I ignore a lot of women because they just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I got on the dating site, and I'm not on it anymore, but it's so fucking boring and old, and it's all the same shit. And if I see, I can look at a female, and I don't even need to get to know her to know who the fuck she is by the way she's presenting herself. These females at the gym, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're appealing on the eyes, but I could tell that, like, they have nothing going on inside. They probably have no fucking personality. They ain't got nothing to offer me when it comes to, like, in-depth conversation. I don't want to talk about fucking food or fucking jam all the time. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care about the latest gossip, but it's like so many of these females are going down the Kim Kardashian way, and they're never going to be able to get to that level. Not even close. It's crazy. It's mind blowing to me that these females, they're so similar. They're like just carbon cutouts of Kim Kardashian. Uh, they're like clones, dude. They're like a bunch of fucking clones. And I don't like Kim. Okay, she's good looking on the eyes, okay? But do I want a woman that fucking looks like that every day? That's like dressed to the fucking T every single fucking day? That looks like they're gonna go on a runway every single day, every single minute of the fucking day? No. Do I want to be like Andrew Tate, where I'm on a fucking, like in a business suit or fucking whatever, or one of these high value men are always in a bit? No, I like to be comfortable, man. I don't want to be, um, in a fucking business suit. I don't like fucking business suits. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I like to be comfortable. I don't want to be trying out here trying to fucking impress everybody all the fucking time. Um, by the way I fucking look. I definitely want to look presentable, man. Okay, but it's like, I don't want to be like, every time I step out of the house, um, I want to look presentable, right? But I don't want to be I don't want to be feeling uncomfortable for 10 hours of my day, every fucking day. That's cool if dudes want to do that. And they're trying to like push this agenda of like this fucking hustle culture. And like, that's cool if you want to do that, but I don't fucking want to do that shit. I want to go off for fucking hiking and fucking, I like relaxing. Dude, I can't create shit if I'm just constantly fucking hustling, man. I don't want to do that shit anyway. I don't want to be constantly fucking working, dude. I don't want to be constantly running a fucking business all the damn time. I don't want that on my mind. I don't want that fucking stress. That's cool if you want that stress. That's cool. I don't want that fucking stress. And for me to have a partner at this point and going forward, I don't mind her looking good, man. I don't mind her like dressing up, but like, I don't want. There's fucking days I don't want to go out. I go out of the fucking house. I just don't. Um, Call me fucking lazy. I don't care. There's days I just want to sit in and enjoy my fucking time. I'm not. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's this push like, you're a fucking loser. Like, I'm looked at it like a fucking loser. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't care. Then don't talk to me. Go with these guys that are like making all this money and live that lifestyle, always being comfortable. I'd rather have a woman that doesn't wear much makeup. And this is what fucked me up about that one girl in Washington, man. Like, she did a little bit, but she didn't wear a lot of makeup, man. Um, she didn't seem high maintenance. I don't want a fucking high maintenance woman. I don't want one. I don't want to be high maintenance. I don't want a high maintenance woman. I want to be able to relax. My ex fiance, there were days where she didn't get done up, And you can see, like, she just put her hair up. You can see the freckles on her face. She didn't have no makeup on. I thought she was fucking gorgeous, man. I can see the beauty in that. I don't need somebody that looks fucking fake. I don't need a 22-year-old girl, a 22-year-old woman, like these guys that are like, I've already had my kids, so I don't relate to these guys that just want a 23-year-old girl. Um, I'm fine dating somebody my own age, even older. I'm fine with that. I don't care as long as I'm attracted to them. Um, I don't want somebody immature. I don't want somebody that's gonna like cause a scene, start drama. I like the peace of my life. That's what I'm trying to say. I like peace. Um, that's me. But a lot of these dudes out here on the internet are pushing like this whole fucking, you gotta hustle. If you ain't fucking working, you're a fucking loser. You're a piece of fucking shit. Well, I guess I'm a piece of fucking shit. Okay? You know what? I think you're the fucking loser because you're a workaholic. You know, there's a thing called balance in life. Okay? And that's what I made in one of my fucking videos. You know, you can work 80 hours a week and you have a family and you're missing all the key things in their life because you're trying to chase that bag. And then you miss out on the things that really fucking matter. What really fucking matters on this earth? You know, what really fucking matters? Is it the material shit? Can you take that shit with you when you die? How does that affect somebody when you pass away? You know, they might have a luxurious lifestyle or whatever. But what really fucking matters is relationships. That's what fucking matters. When somebody opens up to me about something that's bothering them, that's when that's when I'm like interested. Oh, there's something going on in your family, and like I'm here listening. I'm almost like normal people, normal conversation. Oh, I ate this fucking for dinner. I ate this fucking. We did this fucking shit, like or like whatever. And when they start talking about like real fucking shit, like real struggles, I'm like, ba-bing. I want to listen. I want to, like, you got my attention. And this is why I don't fucking fit in anywhere. Because normal people just want to be like, yeah, everything's fucking great. And I know not everything's fucking great. And they're fucking fake. They're trying to fake it. Most people out here are fucking fake, dude. Most people are fucking fake. What's the classic thing? How you doing? Good. Bullshit. Bullshit. This is why I don't like to be around. Sometimes I just want to be by myself because I'm in a fucking shit ass mood. Maybe it's because of my shitty diet, but I'm in a fucking shit ass mood. I'm not. I just want. This is gonna be a shitty fucking day. I need to get through it. And tomorrow will probably be better. But today, whatever, man. It's just gonna be a shit fucking day. Some people can relate. Some people. I'm just a moody motherfucker, man. I'm a moody person, and this is probably why people think I'm like bipolar or whatever. It's like sometimes I just want to get to the fucking day, man. Because this fucking day, I'm just not feeling it today. Sorry. I got a lot of shit on my mind. I'm starting to think about a lot of shit. Whatever. But yeah, this is why I'm not Sigma male. When they say Sigma male, there's some things I relate, but when they say, "Oh, you can't put everything out there," I put a lot of fucking shit out here. There's so much I put out here. Oh, one thing before I leave. Oh man, the place where I work, the folks, some of the people I work with, they see some of my material on the internet, right? And there's this song I wrote 20 years ago, just me playing guitar. It's called My Life, and like it's just such a wimpy song, and like they played it in the break room. It's just four of us, but it's like that right there is such a vulnerability for me to put that out there, and I don't want to hear that. I don't really like hearing people listening to my content. Uh, I don't I don't really listen to my own stuff that much. Sometimes I'll do, but nothing like I'm just gonna jam out or um, when I make a video, I'll probably watch it a bunch of times, but I probably won't watch it hardly at all anymore after that because there's something in there I made myself laugh or. But it's just like I think that this is a big thing where I think that um, I think it's coming soon where my stuff's gonna start getting out there more. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay. I noticed the trends of my songs, my music. Like a year ago, they had hardly any plays at all. And now, they could go down to zero now because I'm talking about this. And same with my videos. Everything can go to zero. I could get deleted. Everything can get deleted that I've created. But, me facing stuff in reality, um, that I've created and to have people like basically criticizing it in my face, which they weren't criticizing me nothing, but I can see it's coming. It's coming. I've kind of tried to avoid this, but when that happens, that might be a turning point. Like I said, if I ever do pop off, like I don't know, for instance, um, who was that one place? Uh, I just say Tim Pool. Like Tim Pool's like, oh man, this guy, I like this guy's material. I want to use his creative ability. I want to put him in one of these shows. Something like that. If I ever pop off to that level, because that's a whole different spectrum, I don't think I'll be around much longer. I'm just saying, I don't think I'll be around much longer after that. Because good things don't fucking happen to me, man. And if they do, they don't last long. That's what I'm saying. I've seen this. I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to complain, dude. This is what I've seen in my life. Good things don't last long. My life is pretty much shit. I gotta make something out of it and try to struggle along. That's my life. And that's just how it is. That's how it's always fucking been. Um, uh, Whatever. But yeah, this video's fucking real long.